and I'll be interviewing Iris and Demi and acting coach Algie.
You ain't had nobody turn your booty on. I go ahead and do it. Turn the volume down.
Power Stream Live, and I'm your host, Brandon Austin. Tonight, we'll be having a performance by Kiwi. I'll be interviewing James. I'll be interviewing Vaki, acting coach Al G, and Iris Longmore and Demi. Oh, and now performing is Kiwi.
Hello, how's everybody doing? Hope we're having a good night tonight. What's going on, Power Stream Live? Thank you for having me. I'm Kiwi.
Airborne music.
Sometimes it feels like you're wired, maybe going insane. My eyes open after I start to smell the roses. Now I'm finally focused. I'm closer to my dreams, and this means so much to me. No, you can't
Yeah, mine's on.
Got your mic
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
Get
Mic.
to my mic. Turn it all the way up.
Just, all right. How y'all doing? I'm a future mogul, CEO slash, everything else. Mr. James Kelly. How you doing, man? What's going on with you, bro?
Good, doing everything well with you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man.
All right.
So tell us a little about yourself. What's going on?
Pretty much, my name is James Kelly. I run a company called Forte Enterprises LLC.
Okay.
We actually created that company 2 years ago, focusing more on artist development, marketing, publishing, photography, and so forth.
Okay. So tell us a little bit how you got started in this.
Well, actually, I'm originally from Chicago.
Chi-Town.
Came all the way down to the A for school, Clark Atlanta University. Shout out to Clark, my alma mater. Graduated 2010 with a business administration concentration in marketing degree.
Okay.
Came down here, got with the right people. Have a team of about 3 other business partners.
3 other business partners?
Yeah.
Okay. So how you like the A, man? What's going on with the A?
Love the A, man. Second home, man.
Second
home away from home.
Home away from home?
Yes, sir.
I need to take a trip out to Chicago, see what that's like,
Definitely. Got to go to the motherland.
I feel you. So tell us a little about this artist development thing, man. What's going on with that?
Pretty much my business partner, Jenny Lee. She's actually signed with 12 Music Group, which is actually started by Dina Marto, who was actually L.A. Reid's right-hand person down here for Def Jam.
Okay.
When she left, of course, and he left, she created 12 Music Group.
Okay.
And then Jenny Lee actually is a songwriter now. Does a lot of business with the tricky business.
Okay, I got you.
But with the artist development, focus on the artists, on the vocally.
Okay.
We do a lot of videography, choreography with them. We do a lot of, we focus on bringing them up with interview skills.
Okay.
We do fitness training and so forth.
Fitness training, so you try to get them right, get them swole.
Yeah, gotta get it right. Lean, swole,
I'm trying to get my swole on myself, trying to get a little cut, trying to get that little 6-pack.
Yeah, definitely.
Get that V cut, all right. So what else do y'all do?
Photography. I have a master photographer that actually got his master's degree from SCAD.
Okay.
We got photography, marketing. We actually had a first project with Speen. Is an artist, local artist in Atlanta. He's from York City, PA.
Okay.
And he's a hip hop artist. He's actually one of the best top right now. He's actually nominated for one of the ATL hottest MCs right now.
Really? So y'all got the top?
Yeah.
Y'all in the top. So y'all A class.
A class, A plus.
A plus.
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell the people how long y'all been in business for.
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years?
Almost 2 years.
All right. So it's a grind, hustle all day.
Yeah, it's a grind. It's nonstop.
All right.
We want to be a one-stop shop. Anything anybody needs, we don't want to outsource. We want to have everything in home.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So who inspired you?
Man, a lot of people inspired me. I mean, I'm from Chicago, so Michael Jordan inspired me. We got Barack Obama, my father.
Okay.
Got a lot of uncles too that inspired me too, as well. But the Tupacs, the Jay-Z's, inspired me to speak my mind, to do what I want to do with my heart and everything, and just persevere.
Persevere. I know all about that, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I like a brother like that, man, 'cause I'm trying to be like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it together, man. Let's just grind from the bottom to the top, man.
Yeah. So what's your future goals for your company, man?
Future goals is to be solidified as a top business company that actually we can be big and hopefully venture out to different cities, different states, hopefully go overseas and just be successful.
Overseas?
We want to actually create more jobs and opportunities for everybody.
Oh, we definitely need some more jobs.
So definitely, yeah, that's our mission. Limitless, that's our forte. That's our slogan. So
limitless,
our forte.
All right. So tell the people something they want to know about you.
Well, I'll tell them where they can find us at on Twitter and everything. You can find us at Forte _ that's at team _ Forte. That's on Twitter. You can find us on Facebook. That's Forte Enterprises LLC. And if you want to hit us up on the Gmail, it's actually Forte Enterprises LLC1 @gmail.com.
LLC1?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna have to mess with you. So, do y'all do any actors or models at the present time?
Present time, no. As far as actors and models, we do like photography, but We are looking at expanding our artist development with the actors and the models and everything like that. One of my business partners actually used to be a model, so that's her heart right there. So she'll pretty much take care of that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do y'all have like any like names, any people we might know? You know, well-named people or any up-and-coming people?
Up-and-coming people, definitely. Jenny Lee is going to be one of the hottest songwriters, singers coming up right now. She does a lot of business, like I said, with Tricky Business and Dina. Fiend, hip-hop artist is coming. You can find him on fiend.net, guyonthegreyhound.com. And, that's pretty much what we have right now on the team.
It's a lot of rappers and singers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I thought about that one time, actually.
Yeah, how'd that go?
I don't. We ain't gonna talk about that, but you know what I'm saying. I thought I could get my Jay-Z and Nas on at the time, but then I got booed off stage, so you know how that went.
Oh yeah, ego. Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. I wish you would have had your company back then. You know, we could have made something happen.
Yeah, we can still make things happen, man. You know, definitely keep in touch, get in tune, and like I said, grit up from the bottom up. You know. 16 bars, I'm gonna get it in. I ain't playing. Get my modeling, acting, get it all in with you. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's get it.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're going to get it. Tell the people one more time what it is.
All right. This is James Kelly, President, CEO of Forte Enterprises, LLC. You can find us at, like I said, at team_Forte on Twitter. You can find us at Forte Enterprises, LLC on Facebook.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay, so back to your background.
Yeah.
Okay, so what actually, we want to meet. What got you in there?
You know what? I came down, like I said, from Chicago. I came down for the weather.
The weather?
Yeah, the weather. It was too cold.
I came down for the women.
Hey, that too. I think they say, 20-21 female-male ratio.
Oh, it can't be that.
So like I said, I came down here for many aspects, but came down here mostly for the weather. I really came down, I seen Drumline. And I wanted to go to that school, and I figured that, Atlanta.
You know they ain't real school, right?
Exactly. Atlanta A&T is not real school. Didn't want to go to Morehouse. So, but I went to Clark Atlanta University. I actually went for marketing. I wanted to do sports marketing. So hopefully in the future, if everything goes as planned.
I want to do business, man. Business marketing.
Yeah, that's what I got. Got that business marketing degree and rolling with ever since. And like I said, I really want to do sports marketing, but I'll probably add that aspect on the business later,
Yeah.
But definitely, you get with the right people, and it's incredible what we all create.
For real, man. I'm trying to get with the right people, man. I'm hustling. I was like, they don't want to give me a chance.
Oh man, sometimes you just gotta get it, man. You just gotta go out there and just create it yourself, and then others will follow.
Gotta grind.
Yeah.
Gotta grind. I think it's I think it's the baby face. They see the baby face, like, oh, you're still a baby. You don't know what's going on in the world.
Oh man, you gotta let them know what it is, man.
My feelings, man. I tried to start a business and first I had a lemonade stand though.
Oh
yeah, but the problem
start from somewhere.
I ain't had no sugar.
Oh man, you gotta have sugar, man.
So it was like some sour lemonade.
Oh,
and kind of hurt my feelings. The only person about it was my grandma.
Oh man, tell me
and
that,
my mom.
man. Yeah, I had the sugar, man. For the lemonade and stuff,
Yeah, but I'm gonna get my business started. So, what do you recommend to people that's trying to get their business started?
Definitely, if you have a vision, write it out as a business plan. Execute. Like I said, on my team right now, our biggest thing for the year is execution. That was our word of the year. Execution, because a lot of people can do the talking, you can dream all day, but execution is key. But write it down in the business plan. If you can get a mentor, That's definitely. And then just follow the guidelines. You want to get LLC or a corporation, do it. Yeah. Research it, do it.
Yeah, actually, someone told me a long time ago, put my goals down, write on a piece of paper. And it's like cut little things out, put them on the wall and stuff like that.
I got them all over the wall at home.
For real?
You can ask anybody knows me.
See, and it's paying off. Look at you. CEO and everything now.
Yeah,
look at you, man.
Yes.
Yeah, so from the people that get discouraged, what advice would you have to them? Because, they're going to hear a lot of no's before they hear a lot of yeses, right?
Yeah. The biggest thing is, man, if you have a dream, don't let the dream killers kill it. It's going to be a lot of people hating, a lot of people saying you can't do it. Look, I came from Chicago. I've been down here in Atlanta almost 7 years, Just do it. Persevere. Be determined. Be motivated. And just do it, and then it'll work out for itself. Or actualize out for itself,
Actualize out for itself?
Yeah.
All right, that's good for the young people coming up, man. Mm-hmm. So, like, you remind me a lot like Diddy, though. Because, when Diddy was starting out, he was trying to do all this other stuff. Now, Diddy got everything now.
Yeah, man, that's the idea, man. That's the idea. Is to build an enterprise, empire. So, that's the idea.
Yeah, empire?
Yeah,
so,
man.
like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Next 5 years, hopefully we have the number one successful business that incorporates Well, actually, I'll take that back. I want to inspire others, and I want to create more jobs. At the end of the day, create more jobs. I want to solidify a business where I'm like, okay, we accepting internships,
right?
And hopefully get a nonprofit too. I want to start my own nonprofit.
Well, you trying to do a lot, man, in the next 5 years, man.
I have a goal, man. I want to retire before 30.
How old are you now?
I'm only 24.
24?
24.
All right, 24.
Yeah.
CEO,
yeah.
future mogul.
Yeah.
Trying to do it all.
Trying to do it all.
Okay. So, what do you see yourself in the next 20 years?
Next 20 years. Retired. Probably overseas. Overseas, living life. This older guy told me, I used to work for Sony.
Okay.
He told me, it's the only thing he said to me. He said, James, live life, tell stories.
Live life, tell stories?
He said, live life, tell stories. Don't work too hard. And he just left.
What kind of stories he told you?
Who?
The guy.
Oh, that's what he said.
Oh, that's what he said?
He said, James, live life, tell stories.
But there ain't no story.
No, that's his word wise, Don't work too hard. That's what he was trying to say.
Yeah.
Don't work too hard. Live life, tell stories.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, if you don't work too hard, you ain't gonna get nothing, right?
Yeah.
Hard work pay off, though.
Yeah, hard work pays off. You want to work hard and play later.
Yeah.
So later. I mean, but ultimately, like, don't work too hard.
Right.
You still got your health. You still got hopefully in the future your family. You have your friends. So just live life, tell stories.
So what's you got right now going on?
Right now, like I said, we're finishing out. We're not finishing out. We're rolling still with Marketing Fiend. His project came out May 5th.
Marketing Fiend?
Yeah, Marketing Fiend still.
What exactly does he do?
He's a hip hop artist. He actually songwrites and he's a hip hop artist. You can find him, like I said, on Fiend.net.
So he's the next big thing then.
Next big thing, Smoke.
You heard it
Guarantee
here first.
that. Know that.
You heard it here first.
I know that. So I mean, marketing him, helping out, everything we can do. We're doing videos too. So we have an in-home videographer that's doing music videos, behind-the-scenes work with a lot of people in the industry.
Okay, so someone that want to get a music video done, they can go to y'all?
We can come to us, like I said, on Twitter, Facebook, or email, and then reach out. We'll reach right back.
Okay, so like I know they're probably asking, what's the quality gonna be like?
Quality?
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, everything's our forte. So we're big on top-notch professional. We're very professional. We execute from the initial to the ending.
So perfection is key.
Perfection is key.
All right, man. Appreciate it, bro.
All right.
All right. Take it easy, man.
I appreciate having me. All right.
Put it right here. I hit everything you wanted me to do.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Good afternoon, everyone.
You couldn't hear me?
My name is Vaki Lamar, fashion guru himself of Atlanta. I will be holding a class called Model Excel, and I will be getting an interview today explaining what that class, holds and, what will be going on in my class. But before I do my interview, I'm going to basically give you some few tips on runway, before I do my interview and basically explain everything about my classes. But can I have a guest come up so I can, show you some things? Okay. Here's our model. What's your name?
Iris.
Okay, Iris is going to do some simple runway for us, and I'm going to critique her and see if she's doing it right. Okay. Let's see, Iris. What you got? That actually wasn't that bad. One thing about runway, you have to remember that posture is very important. The most important thing about runway is your posture. You want to start off right foot before left. Yes. Take your time. Make sure your shoulders are back. Heads forward. Now try. Right before left. She's just doing it slow, but, once you do it right, it'll pick up. So I basically want you to do it this way so everyone can basically see it. You think you can do it that way? Going this way. Are you nervous? Okay, let's see if she does it right. Take your time. Almost. She almost got it. She just needs to be a little more confident. And at the end of the runway, you always want to do no more than 2 poses. 2 poses, that's it. You don't want to do 3. That's a little too much. So can you try that doing 2 poses? Yeah. That wasn't that bad, but you have to remember, confidence is very important. When you come at the end of that runway, you want to be very confident because you don't want people to see you and you're just looking crazy. So let's try it one more time with a little bit more confidence. That was much better. So that would include my little tip for today. And once I have my interview, I'll explain more about my classes and what we have to offer.
Now, do you have any tips on posing as far as photo shoots? So I find myself having a hard time with.
Stand right here so everyone can see you. The most traditional pose is 2 hands. Everyone knows how to do that. That's really traditional. You can always do 1 hand from left to right. It's just very simple. But, some models advanced, they do a little more, like bending your back, leaning to the side. Like that? You can lean to that side or your other side. And when you lean, you want to kind of put your right foot in front of your left. Lean back just a little bit. A little more. Now, face the camera. There you go. See? That's a perfect pose. Now, let's try one from the front. Now, put both your hands on your shoulders. Your waist. I'm sorry, waist. Both your hands on your waist. Now, you just lean back just a little bit. Open your legs just a slight bit. That's another traditional pose. See how wonderful that looks?
Like this one?
You can do it like that as well. Depends on what you're feeling at the day. But, either or is fine. Let's see what else we can do here. I don't want to do too much, anything too tricky for you, But those are the most traditional poses from the front and from the side. Well, for a headshot, you really don't want to do too much because, you're just showing your head. So what would you really do for your head? If anything, you want to sell your face with, nice facial expressions. But that gets kind of hard. So with practice, that'll come. You're welcome.
Also, you do makeup as well?
Yes, I do makeup as well. And at the end of the show, I'll be giving her a slight little makeover so you can see, what I have to offer as far as makeup. So we'll be doing that, probably touching her up a little bit, maybe giving her a little bit of lipstick and eyeshadow and all that good stuff, and see what we have after that.
Great, I'm excited.
I'm excited too. And that includes our little tip.
Just a self-defense instructor.
Well, sitting here with self-defense instructor, Mr. Harley. How you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. So tell a little people about yourself.
Well, my name. I was born on Oregon. Grew up most of my life there until I was 17. Military, and just came off a 12-year tour.
12-year tour.
in the Army, yeah. So.
Yeah, right?
Well, I mean, I did 12 years total, but I've done 2 combat tours to Iraq.
Okay. So let's get to the meat of this thing.
All right.
Tell us about a little something about what you do.
Well, what I'm trying to do is with collaboration, Inspire Studios, trying to put together a self-defense. A lot of it has to do with it's a lot similar to MMA. It's got stand up. The basics of stand up.
Okay.
The basics of if you get taken down, how would you defend yourself then? From there, learning how to stand, how to punch, how to kick, and then if you were to get taken down, or if the situation were to proceed to where, say, somebody just wanted to mug you,
right.
or there's a lot of people who there's a lot of female.
Compare what you're doing to like MMA, like the sport.
Well, it's similar to it, but there's a difference. UFC fighters do for like the UFC fighters do for UFC. MMA fighters, they train so they can fight,
Right.
and then at the end of the fight, most of the time they show good sportsmanship, hug each other, whatever, because that's what it's about. It's not about it's not necessarily about who's going to win or lose at the end. It's just for the thrill of fighting.
They're trying to win. They're trying to get that trophy.
Right, but see, for them, it's the thrill of fighting in a controlled environment.
Right.
People who get mugged or need to defend themselves during certain situations, i.e. a VIP party, which happen in Atlanta, happens a lot. There's a lot of those. A lot of people get taken advantage of by guys of bigger stature, guys who just think hard-headed, knuckleheaded, and think they can just take what they want.
Right.
Okay, the difference in sport training and what I teach is realistic training.
Okay.
As a sport, you learn to fight, you want to fight, and then everything's good at the end of the fight.
Right.
Worst case scenario, you're banged up, you got to go get looked at by a doctor.
Right.
Worst things could happen if it were to happen in an actual situation where it was on the street or at a party or something like that.
Right.
And this also goes for children, teenagers, whatever the case may be. They might be somewhere, school dance or something,
Right.
where they get put in a situation where
Anywhere, anytime.
anywhere, anytime. But that is a realistic situation where they could be caught in a moment where they have to know how to defend themselves, and if they don't, the worst case scenario is probably going to take place.
Right. Now, have you ever been in that predicament before in your life?
I've been in a few. Not really. I'm more when I was younger.
Yeah.
Than older. As I got older, I got smarter and learned to not confrontate so much.
So would you say your older confrontations helped you now?
Say that again.
Would you say it helped you now? Like, when you was younger, the little confrontations you had?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I just think it's a world situation. The world's getting, it's getting crazy, man, and people are doing stuff that they just think they could get away with because, they've found ways to get around the system or just don't care anymore.
Yeah. So, but you have a little girl, right?
Yes, I have a daughter. She's 3 years old.
Yeah. So you gonna start training her, or if you haven't already started training her?
I've already started training her.
Really? How you training 3-year-old?
Because honestly, I think it's good to start young.
Right.
The best way to start is start young.
Right.
And I explained, obviously, my daughter's at 3. She understands a lot, but not fully. And one of the things I try to explain to anybody I'm teaching is it's for defense only. It's not something that I want her to learn to go out and or get in trouble in school a lot trying to pick fights or whatever. It's not. That's not the case.
So you teaching her this is for when you really need it.
Right.
Just to play around.
Right. And the main thing is because I'm not gonna always be there for my daughter.
Right.
I'm not gonna be able to be there every situation, every time she gets put in a predicament. But I can do my part as a father, making sure she's more well in doubt when it comes to defending herself. So I'll feel a little bit better, me personally. If she decides she doesn't want something to happen, and someone thinks they could take it, they're gonna have a real rude awakening when they get their arm snapped. And the thing is, at 3, the reason why I think it's best to learn young is because I really truly believe, as a fighter, fighting is not a perishable skill. It's a skill set that once you learn, you will always maintain. You will always have. You might not use it for a long time. If you'd hope not to use it for a long time unless you are a UFC fighter. But then if you ever were to pick it back up, you might be a little rusty, but it's not going to be something you lose because it's built off muscle memory. So once you start learning it, like she's going to learn it so young that she's going to always know.
So you're saying she'll learn now at 3. And say she might not have to use this till she about 25. Let's say 25. She gonna remember that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. She might, it might not come to her instantly.
Right.
It might come not, the exact tactic or move might not come to her right away. But it's gonna definitely help her in a situation where if she were to be attacked, she's gonna know how, she's gonna at least have the skill set embedded in her brain on what to do. And then once she starts, if someone were to take her down to the ground, she's gonna remember that, and it's just gonna be like it's gonna click on like a switch. So it is something you can bury away and not have to use, and then come back, some other time later. Because I learned when I learned professionally by a professional. I learned at the age of 13, and I've never forgot how to do it.
That's boxing, right?
Yeah, that was when I started boxing.
Okay. Now, you told me earlier about your ex-wife. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, my ex-wife and I, we've been friends since about the same age I started boxing. Since we were 13, we've been really good friends for a long time. And over the course of so many years, she has been in a lot of abusive and bad relationships. Just it's been built up throughout her entire life, and I'm thankful now that she's 30 years old, and now she's finally getting help for all the situations starting from back when she was about 16, 17 years old. No, as far as dealing with what's happened to her throughout life, starting back dated to when she was, about 16, 17 years old. She had some bad things happen to her, didn't have the skill set, or that's the other reason. If you know how to defend yourself, you have a better mentality when getting faced with those type of situations. So you're not going to be as skittish or feel as worthless dealing with it. You're going to know that you possess some sort of power, to deal with the action that's being taken place.
Right, so is it like a mentality you have to have, or can you just click on like that?
I could just click on. I mean, you don't have to have a fighter's mentality, and
Be the fighter ones that get you.
well, I think, and I'll explain. Like a lot of people I've learned to be quiet in hostile situations is because they're more humble.
Okay.
Because they don't really fear the situation because they know they have, a skill set embedded in them to deal with it.
Okay.
So why would you fear it?
That's true.
If you knew that you could deal with it, on some sort of level, that bit of confidence you've learned, it builds some confidence in you, learning how to fight.
Right.
Builds you a little bit of confidence. You get a little bit more self-aware with who you are and what you're capable of. And you could be little, you could be big, you could be tall, you could be small.
Yeah.
Size, under skill, I mean, it's size versus skill.
Right.
You know, and if you have at least skill, it's better than having nothing.
Right. I'd rather have the skill any day.
Having some sort of defense set, like, you know, skill set, you're gonna have some better capabilities when it comes to you know, a very hairy situation.
Okay. So what would you recommend to like somebody just can't really go to the training, but they want to like learn a technique or two? What kind of advice would you give them?
I mean, it's really hard to learn from scratch. I mean, there's books out there though. You know, there's books that you can get that have pictures and can help teach you and whatnot. I definitely think it's more better because you get put in a situation where it's more real.
Okay.
And then you learn how to deal with it. And point in case is just for about the last 45 minutes, I've been dealing with a very petite girl who's never had to defend herself ever. And she's already learned that, you know, it can be a tiring situation, but the more you do it, the more it's going to come to you.
Okay. So tell us where can they, you know, contact you guys if they want to get these classes?
Well, you could get through Inspire Studios is going to be setting up a class September 17th in Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Okay.
So hopefully people want to come out and hopefully I can get some people who want to come out and want to take the class. If I get enough, 5 or more, it's probably definitely going to take place.
Do you have like a Facebook or email address they can contact you at?
Yeah, I'm at Castro Harley for Facebook. Just CASTRO HARLEY.
All right, thanks, Harley. Appreciate it, man.
No problem.
myself enough to know when it's time to let go. All out is what I really want. Be happy. All I really want is to be happy. Somebody else if I can't love myself enough to know when it's time to let go. All I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet. All I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine. feel inside. I don't know why, but every day I wanna cry. 'Cause if I give you one more try, to these rules will you abide? And if I mean anything to you, wouldn't make everything alright. 'Cause all I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet. All I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet. I just wanna be so happy, but the answer lies in me. I do believe that we can be happy. I said I wanna be happy. Yeah. Life is too short to be trying to play some games. And next time when you think about, is it really worth losing me? Why must it be this way? Why do you have to play with my mind all the time? Help me sing it. All I really want is for me to be happy. All I really want is for me to be happy. All I really want is for me to be happy. All I really want is for me to be happy. All I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet. All I really want is to be happy and to find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet. I ask for a sign from the Lord above. I know the answer is in front of me, but when you think you're in love, you only see what you wanna see, and all I see is a me for you and you for me. Oh, I cannot hide the way I feel inside. I don't know why, but every day I wanna cry. 'Cause if I give you one more try, to these rules will you abide? And if I mean anything to you, would it make everything alright? 'Cause all I really want is to be happy, to find a love that's mine. It would be so sweet.
It's gonna be 3 chairs.
No? Yeah.
All right, I'm sitting here with models and stylists, Mr. Vaki and Larry. How y'all fellas doing today?
Great, we're doing great.
I'm awesome.
All right, tell the people a little something about what you do.
I am a model, I am a wardrobe stylist, and a makeup artist.
Makeup artist, Larry?
I'm a stylist. I also model. I've been modeling for years now. Started at the age of 5 in Birmingham, Alabama. I got back into it when I was 14 for South Models Elite. And basically, I'm working hand in hand with Baki, model, stylist, and makeup artist.
Really? So what kind of model do y'all do, like print work?
Yeah, I do print work.
Mainly. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm currently a model for Max Yellow Models.
Okay. So the people who don't know, what is it? Are they a big company or
Max Yellow Models is a company based in Atlanta, Georgia. It's currently growing. I think we're like establishing somewhere in DC and Virginia and I think Florida. Yeah, Max Yellow Models.
Excuse me? What was the question? As far as modeling goes, I haven't currently done any work in Atlanta, but I was very busy in Birmingham with South Models Elite. But as I stated before, I've been doing it since I was 5 years old, so I'm ready to share what I know with the world.
All right, so South Models Elite, is that with Elite Models, or that's totally separate?
Totally separate. Not quite, but on the same stature, I must say myself.
Same stature?
Yeah.
Okay. So how professional is it? Like, y'all travel around the world? That's what I really meant to ask. Do y'all travel around the world and do all that stuff, or is it just kind of like
Well, with my agency, I know it's very, how can I say this? I guess it depends on what you put in it. With my agency, as far as, I mean, we have models who going to England, we have the models who've been to France. I guess with my agency, it just depends on the person.
Most definitely the same way. I think that's practically the whole modeling world.
the whole modeling world? Okay. See, so someone's trying to get into modeling or up and comers, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm trying to get into it. What would you all recommend?
Drive is all in what you put into it.
Yeah, it's all in what you put into it.
All right, so look, for the people to be like, man, they told me I'm too skinny, or they told me I'm too fat.
You can never be too skinny for modeling.
Say that again.
Never.
Never be too skinny.
The skinnier, the better.
Not always, but
I mean,
there's different categories.
Yeah.
You have swimmers category, you have your bodybuilders. It's a model for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's different categories. All right, so what categories are y'all in?
Well, I like high fashion and print.
Yeah, most definitely high fashion and print. Swimmers would be my body style.
Swimmers?
Yes.
Okay. So person like me, what kind of, model would I be?
Probably the same because
Yeah.
you're lean.
Okay, I swim. Okay. So tell us a little bit about your background. Start with you.
Okay, well, I was raised in Richmond, Virginia. I moved here to Atlanta maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where I met up with some good friends of mine. And ever since then, we have been doing great business. We started a company called, Inspired Studios, where we'll be doing classes for modeling called Modeling Excel. Would you like to say something?
Okay, Larry?
Well, I'm working for the same company.
Yeah.
Just our friends. We're working on this thing, Inspired Modeling.
Yeah. Well, what got you started? Like,
What got me started?
Yeah.
Well, what brought me to Atlanta initially was fashion school. The Art
Okay.
Institute of Atlanta is what brought me here.
Okay.
I'm working on my clothing line. I'm mainly a stylist, just like he's mainly the makeup artist.
okay,
But I'm working on my current clothing line, ICU, meaning I see you in it.
I see you in it.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my concept.
Do you have anything out already? You know, for people.
Sketches, and I did my first fashion show last year.
Your first fashion show.
First fashion show. I'm working as an understudy as well under Nikki Darling, a celebrity stylist.
The celebrity stylist.
Yes. So she's
Okay.
really good.
So how did y'all two hook up and get this little thing started?
Networking events.
Networking.
It's all
event?
about networking. Like you said, you're trying to get in modeling. You're
Yeah.
always gonna have to know network.
Yeah,
Networking
is
is
very
You know,
important.
Your best friend should be a photographer and a makeup artist.
Right.
Photographer and
You're trying to
makeup.
be in modeling.
Okay. So what networking event? Because I've been to a couple, like Get Connected. I've been to that and
Yeah.
a couple things like that.
I would say Get Connected is not good for models, though. Get
No.
Connected is more so for acting and
Okay.
that kind of stuff. I wouldn't say that's a good thing for models.
I always suggest. I mean, it may sound cliche, but Model Mayhem.
Exactly.
It actually does work.
It
Model
does.
Mayhem.
It
No,
really does
for
work.
those who don't know, what is Model Mayhem?
A website that you can basically, upload your comp cards. Comp cards are basically your pictures, your profiles, and your measurements on there. And basically what people do, they scout.
Okay.
And look for models. Like, it may be a certain event coming up, and they're looking for a certain size or a certain style of girl.
Okay.
Plus size, skinny, however, and they go to those websites looking for the models.
Okay. So the modeling world is real competitive.
It's very competitive. I would say very, very, very
Yes.
competitive.
Dog eat dog.
Yeah.
Slash your tires.
All right, compared to like basketball, football, what would you rate modeling on a scale of 1 to 10?
What do you mean as far as like the money or?
This is like competitiveness.
Hockey is vicious.
Hot,
Yeah.
really?
Hockey.
Yeah, it's like
Very
They be
vicious.
slamming people against the
it's
walls
very
and stuff.
competitive because everyone wants that gig. You know, you
Okay.
have to put your best foot forward.
Everyone thinks they look better than the next person. It's a lot of that.
All right. So for those who are trying to get in there, what do you have to do to separate yourself from others? What do you have to do?
I think be very creative. You know, step out of the box when you're doing photo shoots.
Right.
You know, book great photographers. You know, stick with a good photographer. There's some good photographers here in Atlanta, like Bernard Jones and Carlos Jones and Chad Fennell. You know, there's wonderful photographers here. Algie Solomon.
J Productions.
J Productions.
Mhm.
Okay. That's what's up. So let's get to your other half of what y'all do, makeup and wardrobe, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit something about that.
Well, we can start off with me. I have been doing a lot of projects with makeup. I mainly do things with movie sets. I've been working on Tommy Ford. He's a big director here in Atlanta. You know, I do a lot of TV shows. I do a lot of acting. I do a lot of makeup for actors and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Okay. There.
I feel like I've been a stylist all my life because I've been
Really?
dressing myself for years.
So your mom never changed? You know what I'm saying?
Never
She never bought your
has.
clothes, nothing, none of that?
No, not really. But as far as like wanting it to be my career,
Right.
I would say for the past 3 years, people have came to me. I like how you dress, this and that, yada yada yada. You know, give me some pointers. Help me
All right.
find myself, and that's the first part. You have to
All right.
find yourself, and I meet them halfway.
All right. So
Yeah.
is that what brought you to the school?
Well, the school was all about me.
Okay.
It was all about me.
Alright,
It was
cool.
nothing else. It had nothing to do with anybody. But I find myself sharing a lot of things with other people that I've learned through school.
Through school?
Mm.
Like what kind of things? You know?
Mm,
We want to know. Be curious.
right. Textiles, matching your colors, just different things like that, I guess I would say that.
Like-
Nothing major.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much. I would say, me personally, when it came to styling or anything of that nature, I kind of learned it in middle school. Like, in middle school, I was kind of like the outcast kid. You know, nobody knew me, nobody paid me any attention. So I felt like through clothing, that's how I expressed myself.
So that's just okay.
So
you felt free.
you know, I was always the best dressed, or you know, everyone saw the way I dressed, and it was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to dress like that. And that's basically how I became popular in school, through how I expressed myself through clothing. So I would say that's probably how style came for me.
How style came?
It's
Yeah.
funny because we have similar stories.
Yeah.
Kind of story. That's how it was. I wouldn't say I was an underdog now.
I started off as an
But,
underdog.
Underdog.
I had my trials.
Hey, the
and
underdogs
stuff.
are the ones that be,
Yeah.
Right,
be
they
to
be
the top,
pushing
man.
Now everybody want to be my friend on
Y'all see
Facebook.
me.
Because they see you now.
Everybody
They see
want to
you.
be your friend
They see
now.
you up there now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They see-
but I basically had the same story too. But I did get best dressed in high school.
You did?
Yes,
Okay, that's what's
I
up.
seen it.
So let me ask y'all something. If y'all had seen like the worst dressed person ever in the world just walking down the street, would y'all be able to fix the person?
Of course, we do that all the time.
Right.
That's a daily job for us. We do that all the time. So I mean, that's nothing.
For real? All right, that's people talk a lot. You know what I'm saying? People got a good mouthpiece, but you got to prove it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I feel like I could most definitely. I would be up for the challenge.
Yeah?
definitely.
Most definitely.
Okay, we might have to set that up though. We might have to get someone, just randomly person off the street, and we might have to set that up.
Right. Let's make it happen.
Let's see what's up. So y'all got any projects coming up? or
Yeah, we
anything
have
like
a
that?
big project coming up called
Yeah.
Model Excel. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. So it would basically be classes would consist of, basic poses and runway and basic wardrobe techniques and makeup techniques and how to build a portfolio, things of that nature. We're going to basically give you everything you need to be a successful model in today's industry.
A lot of insight and the ins and outs about it. Because you're gonna be turned away a couple times before
Yeah.
you get your big break.
Right,
And we're
right.
gonna instill in them that that's gonna happen. And keep your head up.
Yes, and I've been waiting for a project like this because constantly I get hit up on Facebook. Oh, can you show me how to walk runway? Oh, can you show me how to do makeup? Oh, can you do
Right.
this? Can you do that? Why not do a class?
Right on.
Right. So y'all haven't started this, right? It's coming
No,
up.
we haven't started. We will be starting in October.
October.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just just a quick shout out, right quick. Your website or anything if you have one.
I want to give a quick shout out to my studio, Inspired Studios. You can hit us up on Yahoo. That's Inspired with an N. Inspired Studios 1 at yahoo.com.
Most definitely. And we also have to give a shout out to Real Talk. This is a TV show that we're actually working on.
What's it called again?
Real Talk.
Real
And
Talk.
basically, it caters to teens from, I think our age limit was 15 to 21, and it's basically teens that's dealing with adult problems such as drugs, pregnancy, personal issues.
Now, is that a TV show or what is that? Real Talk.
TV show.
It's a TV show. Now, where can I see that at if they want to see it?
Talk in the morning. Oh. Okay. What is it?
No, where could they see the TV show if they want to see it?
Turning Point.
Yeah. Okay.
Turning Point?
Yeah, Turning Point.
Okay. So, any new models coming up that we might know or up and coming people?
Not that I know of. I'm sure they'll be coming from us.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Send you the best model.
So y'all gonna bring the best.
The best.
Of the best.
The best of the best.
Yes, and I have a very keen eye, so I'm not gonna just be picking anyone.
Okay. So one more time, just shout out.
Again, I want to shout out Inspire Studios. You can hit us up at Inspire with the N at Inspire Studios 1 at tmail.com.
And Real Talk.
All right. These once again got some more future moguls right here. Shout out. One more quick thing, guys. Where y'all see yourself in 5 years, real quick?
On a yacht. Rich.
Yeah, definitely in New York City.
Okay.
Drinking champagne.
That sounds nice. I see myself on a yacht too, somewhere in the Virgin Islands somewhere.
Right.
Cool guys. Appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Right. You do the same.
By Harley and Harley, tell us.
I'll only work with them for 30, 45 minutes with her. Okay. So make sure they know that, so they know that an extended class is on. Yeah, it's 2 parts of it, training goes in.
All right, here we have Harley about to do a presentation. He's been working with this young model for probably about 30, 40 minutes now. So here we go. And here we go. Harley.
This here's gonna be a quick demo of basically a couple different themes. One is gonna show basically if you're at like a VIP party in the club, whatever, you run into a crazy or a hard head that doesn't understand or take no for an answer. One scenario like that, one where it's just pretty much probably a straight mugging, and the other one where it's like involved with, if a girl was involved with an abusive relationship, try to get out of it, got away from them, got the defense class, or just say she did a defense class before they ever met, and she never seen it coming until later. A lot of different scenarios could take place, but this is basically based off of if someone were to be in an abusive relationship, try to stay away from that person, and then that person runs into him. So there's 3 little demo scenes that we're gonna give. I'm not gonna need the mic.
need you to explain to the audience before you do it. Explain to them what you're gonna do, so they'll know what to anticipate.
I can break it down right now. It'd be a lot easier. I can't hold the mic while trying to perform the moves at the same time. So, like I said, the first theme was in a party, in a club. I couldn't take no for an answer. Thought I was going to take what I wanted. She reversed it by rolling me over, punched me in the face a couple times, and then allowing her to escape and just get away. All right. In any situation, if you don't, the least amount of confrontation that takes place is the best. So basically, you want to be able to, basically take the fight and finish it as quick as possible. And once you're done, once you finish the fight, you need to try to get away and then seek further help, 911, whatever the case may be. As you've seen, all three situations were on-the-spot situations, not ones where you have time or accurate amount of time for anybody else, for that matter, to even react or call the police. So that's the whole point of being able to defend yourself and have a defensive skill set. So if you're caught in a situation where it's just totally out of the blue, random, or you've seen it coming from previous actions that have built up to it, being able to defend yourself, get away, basically finish the fight as quickly as you can, get away as quickly as you can, and then call the police so that way they can come to your aid and help you out. Another case scenario, when as a domestic violence scene, when I came up asking her where she been, what she been doing, try to slap her, as she blocks it and then punches me in the face and runs away. If she were somewhere that wasn't nearby her house or nearby a friend or anything like that, best thing to do, run to a local grocery mart or a vicinity somewhere that's public as quick as you can. It might even be a neighbor's house in a neighborhood or something like that, somewhere where there's more than just you and that abusive personnel standing there. So that way you have more witnesses for one, and you have more people to help with your situation. Like I said, you might not be able to, maybe in the scuffle you dropped or broke your phone, whatever the case may be, you don't have it on you. You might need to run to a local grocery store to be able to call the police or whatnot so you can handle the situation. I'm going to let the model speak a little bit.
Before you do that, Harley, I want to ask you a couple of questions. Now, you're showing a female against a male, and of course, you're much bigger than her. You're twice her size. Do you recommend things like how to use keys? Because a lot of time women are going to their cars. Most time they have their keys in their hands. Ain't it right, ladies? Okay. Do you teach that type of tactic too?
There's a lot more involved when you're taking the actual defense class. There's actually weapons, a defense against weapons involved in that, because your attacker might have a knife, might possess a firearm or something like that, or they might have their own set of keys they decided to try to use. But yeah, more of that is brought into detail during the actual defense class. This was just quick demonstration of what knowing some of that. Like I said, I've only been working with her for about the last 45 minutes, and just even being bigger than her, she's already started to see that knowing the different technique can supersede that size if you know what you're doing.
Are we looking at like forms of judo or like Aikido or something like that? Are these are forms of self-defense that you will be instructing Taekwondo? Or boxing style?
It's actually a lot similar to MMA. A lot of it's all just put together. MMA is a boxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu mix. That is what makes up MMA, mixed martial arts. But there's a little more, there are some throws, which would bring you back to, judo, because judo is based off a lot of throws, a lot of different throw tactics. So there's a lot of different techniques. It's not one specific style. It's just a whole bunch that are all put together basically just to defend because each situation might have a different defense to handle it. And if you know a little bit of everything instead of just all of something, knowing all of just one style might not give you the skill set needed to defend against something like a ground game or a ground attack. For instance, an example, knowing how to just box standing up would do good as long as you're facing your opponent. But the second your opponent is from behind you and comes from your blind spot and puts you to the ground, how are you going to be able to control that ground situation?
All right. Well, that's our self-defense artist, Harley. And we want to thank you so much for being here and showing us some of the samples. And we wish you much luck on your venture.
Hope we get a lot of people to come through.
You will.
All right, I'm sitting here with the lovely Miss Iris and Demi. How y'all doing, ladies?
Hi, we're doing amazing.
Yes, and these are the CEOs and founders of Inspired Models. How y'all doing?
Inspired Studio,
Inspired Studio. I'm sorry. A little blunder, sorry.
We are doing great tonight.
Okay. So tell us a little something about what y'all do.
Well, I am the founder of Inspire Models, which Brandon is one of my models.
Yes, thank you.
And our models, our agency, we're known for being diverse.
Mm-hmm.
We're known for being professional, beautiful inside and out, and also for giving back to the community. In order to be an active Inspire model, you have to give a minimum of 5 hours of community service.
She's very strict on that, by the way.
So we definitely want to set aside from the other agencies. We want to give back to the community. The more that you give, the more that you receive. And so it's a blessing to be part of Inspire Models. The models are great. The team is great. And it's just a blessing.
Okay. Demi, have anything to add on to that?
Yes, I also have a talent agency called DC Talent Agency, which just basically stands for Demi Chanel Talent Agencies. Okay. It consists of kids as well as adults. Pretty much the same model that she has as far as with her company. We believe in beauty inside and out. Okay. So, like I said, we focus a lot on kids. I have an 11-year-old daughter who's very active in the entertainment industry as far as acting, and she just inspired me to want to get into it more. So, currently dealing with kids and adult right now, DC Talent Agency.
Okay. She have a daughter as well, right?
I do. I have 3 beautiful children. I have a 3-year-old little diva in training, and I have 2 boys. They're 5 and 6.
Okay. So you gonna put them on the team too?
Oh, they're also Inspire Models. Actually, Monday we were out at the Open Door community for this huge Labor Day event. They helped us feed about 500 homeless.
Wow.
So they're in there.
Awesome.
That's good. So what inspires you?
Entertainment. I think that in every bracket of entertainment that you can possibly come up with is an inspiration for me.
Okay.
I'm a singer-songwriter as well, and that's how I started. And then I branched into film writing. and fell in love.
Really?
It's just my passion. It's my lover. It's my friend. It's just what I do. So, started film writing, and I've just been doing it ever since. And, once you start in there, entertainment is just entertainment. So you just basically just get in where you fit in. And that's basically what we've been doing. Just grinding and just trying to get it.
And speaking of film writing, I just wanted to share the first time that I met Demi. We were working with Al G. He's a director, writer, producer, photographer, and
acting coach.
Acting coach.
He does everything.
He does everything. He came up with this idea. He wanted to do a last-minute movie and just do the script as we went. Demi and I were up to 4 o'clock in the morning writing the script. Of course, I'm not going to take credit. Demi wrote most of it, but I was up there helping her, giving her ideas. And so after that, we kept on working together on different events, and so we decided to come together. We said, wait a minute, we're doing a lot of things in the community, and why don't we come together? And we brainstormed what can we do, and so we came up with Inspired Studio. And
yes.
Before we go on, I just have to stop and say, we have to stop and just say thank you to God Almighty.
That's a big one.
For
God
making
Almighty.
it possible.
Mm-hmm.
God Almighty.
He's just blessed us. He's opened doors for us we never thought would be opened.
Yes.
Inspired Studio is open in Lawrenceville. We are going to have classes starting October 1st. To get more information on the classes, you can go to Inspire with an N, without the I, inspiredstudio1@gmail.com. And we have so many classes. We have the self-defense class that you just saw with Harley. We have the modeling Excel with Vaki, which, by the way, this is the after. He got a chance to get in there and do my makeup. So we have acting class with Algie. I'll let you tell us a little bit more about Algie and his acting class.
Yes, Algie is a phenomenal actor. Just very great, genuine in what he do, works very, very hard, love what he does. He's going to come aboard, and he's going to actually do our acting classes. He's going to focus on kids 8 years old to 12, and then 13 to 18 years old. One good thing that's different about our studio that is not, common right now is that we're actually going to be writing sitcoms where once the kids graduates from our class, or once the teenagers graduate from their class, then we can actually put them in sitcoms. They're going to have basically a graduation, just basically showcasing what they've learned. So we're not just going to, teach the kids how to act and what comes along with it and then just leave them. We're going to help them build a portfolio and a resume. So definitely, if you're interested, again, check us out at Inspired with the N Studios1@gmail.com.
And not just with the acting class, just wanted to add with the music class, with the self-defense class, with the art class. We have Gretchen coming up next, amazing artist. Every class that we teach, at the end, we're going to have a huge presentation to showcase their talent, bring out people in the industry, and get them that exposure. So that's what really sets us aside. And we're just so excited about it. We have a dance class as well for all ages, which we're going to be putting our the children that attend our dance class are adults in competitions as well. So we have so much, and it's just such a blessing.
That's good.
Yes, I definitely have our own
community. Real big in the community too.
Yes, we're definitely going to give back to the community. That's one of the first things that Iris and I discussed. We're definitely going to give back to the community. We both have nonprofit organizations, so we believe in giving back to the community. So definitely.
So be on the lookout for us again. Inspire Studio 1@gmail.
They're doing it big, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here with the lovely Gretchen.
Gretchen Schmid.
Gretchen Schmid, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is a well-known painter, and she just came and showed us some of her paintings. Would you like to tell us about the paintings?
Hi, my name is Gretchen Schmid, and I'm a fine artist, and I live in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Here, I just moved down from Massachusetts, and I am originally from Connecticut. I have a few pieces here, and my style is realistic, impressionistic, but I'm well versed in all styles and can teach all styles, including abstract. I use a little bit of abstract in the backgrounds, but mostly it's representational work. I learned from my father, Richard Schmid, who is a very well-known artist, internationally known. He's met one president and has won every major art award in the United States. He has also been indoctrinated, which is rare for an artist.
For those who don't know, what's indoctrinated?
It's when they give you the certificate that says that you are a doctor, that you had enough study and enough training to receive that degree.
So he's a doctor in painting.
Right, exactly,
Okay,
which is like unheard of.
Okay, could you mind tell us a little bit something about these paintings?
This is my best friend Alexandria, and this is a depiction of our connectiveness with the universe. I've used a different background than I usually use. It's less bravura and more designed. And these are the kinds of things that I teach. And essentially, I just remembered all the doodles that I did in school on the side of my paper, and I incorporated it into the background, and then did my representational, more academic work on top. The way that I learned was by drawing. Drawing is the basis of all painting, and you use charcoal because it's easy to work with. You can erase it. You can smudge it, you can get your values, you learn your values and your drawing and your basics. And then you move on into color theory. You also learn how to vary your edges to get a realistic look. You see the bridge of her nose is sharp and her hair is real soft. And there's a scale of edges from very sharp to petering out into nothingness.
This is nice. So for those who want to get in contact with you, might want to buy your paintings or get some painting classes, where would they do that?
Well, I'm going to be working with the Inspired Studios, and my website is www.gretchenschmidfineart.com. I'm also on Facebook. You just type in my name, Gretchen Schmid, and my email is gretchenschmid@yahoo.com.
Remember this name. Okay, one quick thing. You gotta tell us about this Obama painting.
Yeah, this is my president, Obama, and I know everybody cried when he got elected. I know my dad and my stepmom and me it's just beyond words. Okay, so what inspired me was just the fact that he's here.
I have a dream.
Yes. So I decided to do this painting and then give half of the money. If I sell it, I'm going to give half the money to the presidential election.
Really?
And yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Any image I do of him, they'll get half,
So if Obama came right now and wanted that painting, you going to give it to him?
Yeah, and, if he offered me $100, I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
Just for him. But everybody else, it's at a set price.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you, Gretchen.
You're welcome.
All right.
but I've actually been singing since I was about 5. So I'm just really learning how to perform, and this is one of my very first performances in front of a live audience.
Oh, you did great. You did real good.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So you got any future projects coming up or anything like that we should know about?
Well, I'm working on somewhat of a mixtape, we call it in hip hop, but yeah.
So you can rap a little bit.
No, I don't rap. I won't even try that. But yeah, I'll be singing just R&B. Yeah.
R&B?
Mhm. R&B neo soul type.
Okay, like kind of like Adele or anything like that.
Somewhat, yeah. Love Adele. She's great.
I just got on. I'm sorry to say that, Adele, but I just got on.
Yeah, she's great.
I like her too. So where do you see yourself in the future?
Well, I see myself as an established songwriter, established singer, and just hopefully the model for pushing positive music.
Positive music?
Yes.
All right, so you got some songs out there, right?
Yes.
So obviously you know one.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You got any others?
I have Tired, which is, basically Wire, which is pretty much, just how people are connected to the internet, phone, everything is we're just always plugged in. Okay. And Destiny, which I will be performing later on.
Destiny?
Yes.
All right, so just tell us a little something about Destiny.
Destiny is basically a song about if you ever see someone and, you're just like, is this destiny? Or could it be a fantasy? Like, is this, really gonna work out? But you just kind of play with it in your head. So Destiny is kind of like that.
I've been there. So tell the people if they want to get in contact with you, where can they reach you at?
If you want to get in contact with me, you can email me at kiwimusic with the K@gmail.com, and I'm also on Facebook, Kiwi Music Adelaia.
All right, you heard it here first.
Okay. Baby, I've got everything. Baby, when I look at you, I see everything I need. No more looking forward, in you a king I see. No more searching, baby, no more wondering. Everything you're looking for, I got it in me, baby. It's destiny. Maybe it's a fantasy. Your love is priceless, baby. Can't take your soul away. 'Cause the way I feel inside, I think it's destiny. I'm dreaming, baby. It's a fantasy. I had to press rewind, 'cause the visions I had of you, kept running across my mind. I'm dreaming. It's a fantasy. Maybe. Oh, no more searching, baby. No more wondering. Everything you're looking for, I got it in me. Baby, it's destiny.